All right, let's look at Kwesi's scorecard through 2 years as general manager of the Minnesota Vikings. All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus, and everybody's been bitching in the comments. Either they hate Kwesi or they want to see him gone. They don't trust him. They don't trust him to make the right picks, to fix this franchise, to move up, and to pick the right quarterback. So let's just put Kwesi's moves on a chart here, see where he's hit, where he's not hit, and you can decide for yourself, looking at the numbers, if he's a good GM or a bad GM through 2 years. If you want to look like a good GM and have no unsightly hairs on your body, get yourself a lumberjack from Happy Nuts. Use the link in our description. Get this versatile hair removal tool for only $30 now to the end of the month. I don't care if you got hair on your balls, hair on your ass, hair on your nips, whatever the problem is, the lumberjack will take care of it. A versatile tool, 5 different heads you can put on this bad boy, and it also comes in red if you prefer that. But the link is in the description. Get yourself the lumberjack right now. We'll actually be giving away one of those potentially if you can win the game on Wednesday during Horned Ups. I'm going to show my screen here, and I made a little handy dandy scorecard. So basically, what I did is put all his free agent signings down, his draft picks, and we're just going to say hit or miss. There could be some that fall in the gray area, but I'm just make things easy. We're just going to go hit or miss on this thing. So let's start with Jordan Hicks. He's a hit. No question about that one. Johnny Munt, for what he does in this offense and what his role is, he's a hit as well. Harrison Phillips is a hit. Schlottman, versatile interior offensive lineman. Is he great? No, but he's good enough. Zadarius Smith was kind of one of these ones that fell in the great, hit a great first 10 games for the Vikings, kind of fell off the map after that, but I think he did enough to consider that one a hit. Definitely not a flop. Even though he only last year for 1 year. Patrick Peterson, Kwesi actually did re-sign him for 1 year, and I guess he's a hit. Again, one I kind of felt more of a gray area. Chris Reed was a miss. He just can't get on the field. Chan Sullivan was fucking horrible. Jesse Davis didn't even make the team. We ended up trading him for a draft pick. Nate Harrison didn't make the team. Julian Taylor didn't make the team. Ty Smith sucked. He's gone. Jordan Berry ended up getting Ryan Wright instead, so Jordan Berry was not a good re-signing. Ryan Wright was a hit. Joanne Williams, I mean, again, he's still on the team, but hasn't done much on and off the practice squad. Actually spent some time with the Bears last year as well, so he's not a hit. Brandon Paul, definitely a big old hit there. Troy Reader didn't pan out. He was beaten out by Evan Pace Jr. and Troy Dye, so Troy Reader, a big old miss. Bullard was a hit. He's been nice. Oli Udo was brought back and got hurt right away after a horrible preseason, so Udo was a miss. Dean Lowry was a horrible miss. Just a bad signing. Alexander Madison, same thing. He is a miss. Byron Murphy is a hit. Again, wasn't great, but solid enough, I think, to count as a hit. Davenport was a huge, huge flop. Josh Oliver, at Onebar would argue with me in this one, but I don't know. $8 million for a blocking tight end, and you can't run the football, and you catch 20 passes for a couple touchdowns. Not a great use of funds there, if you ask me. So I'm going to call it a miss, but again, probably another one that falls in the gray area. Greg Joseph was brought back, and he is ass. Andrew DePaula, awesome long snapper. He is a hit. Garrett Bradbury was brought back and sucked. Looked like Garrett Dingleberry. Nick Mullins, I'm putting him as a miss. He had a chance to lead us to some wins, and he failed, and he threw a bunch of interceptions. Yes, he can put up yards. Yes, he cried, which was great, but still, he's supposed to win some games as a backup. He couldn't do it, so I'm putting him as a miss. Again, that one you could probably argue if you really wanted to. Ben Olsen retired. He's a miss. Kenny Willekes, our boy, our love, our dreams. He was not a hit. He was a miss. Ivan Pace Jr. and Najee Thompson, both hits. I put those guys as free agent section here because technically that's what they were. Dalton Reisner was a hit, and David Questenberry. So we're going to see how many were hits, how many were misses. Looks like Kwesi. Oh, we got to do draft first. Lewis Dean, huge miss. Booth Jr. miss. Ed Ingram was a hit. Caleb Evans, he's definitely a miss at this point. The way he finished the 2023 season was god awful. Cezi Atomeo, he's in Jacksonville now, I think, on the practice squad. If that, Ty Chandler's looking like a hit, so we'll put him over there. Darian Lowe was a miss, even though we did get a 6th-round draft pick for him, so there's still something there. Jalen Naylor I'm putting as a miss just because I don't know if he's ever going to see the field. This guy's always hurt. You can't rely on him. I don't know if he's ever going to be anything more than what could have been. Nick Muse I'm actually putting as a hit because I think he's going to make the team again next year. And I actually think he might have a role, especially with Hawkinson out. So I'm up Muse as a he's a 7th-round pick, so his criteria is a little bit lower. That's not a strong hit, but I want to put on that side of things. Jordan Addison definitely a hit. We're moving to 2023 now. Mekhi Blackman was a huge hit. Jay Ward was awful as a rookie. Jalen Roy, not great. Putting him as a miss for now. Jaron Hall is a miss as well, and McBride. Debo was horrible. So those are your draft class, your free agents for through 2 years. Let's see how it looks. Oh, we're going to do trades first. We got to do trades first. Ross Blacklock trade was a miss. TJ Hawkinson trade was a huge hit. Cam Akers trade was a hit. And the Jalen Reagor trade was god-awful. Those are the big trades. There might be a couple others there I'm forgetting. I'm not talking about draft day trades really either. So now I think we can actually sum it up here just for the overall moves, all the moves he made, what is going to come on top, hits or misses. Looks like he's got 22 hits, 31 misses here. So obviously more on the miss side than the hit side. But a lot of those are late round picks. A lot of those were like trading for depth. So there's different weights to these moves. I mean, some of these moves are more heavier than others, have more importance, have more, just relevance to the team. So I actually did one more category here. I did weighted moves, big boy moves, the big boy moves that he made, the big free agent signings, the high draft picks through the first 3 rounds. Those are the ones I thought maybe we better look at the big moves to see how he did there. Because overall, he is in more misses than hits. But let's see how he did with the big boy moves. Jordan Hicks, Harrison Phillips, I think those are the 2 big free agent signings from his first year. And they are both hits. So you can't really argue that. Marcus Davenport was a huge miss. Just kind of a shot in the dark. Not only a shot in the dark, but a roll of the dice on Marcus Davenport last year, and it didn't pay off. Byron Murphy, big name free agent signing. He was on the hit side again. If I had to put the X, this is the middle. He's probably over here somewhere. Not super far on the hit side, but he's a hit. The Hawkinson trade was a big move, and that was a big hit. Lewis Cine trade and the pick, that was a huge miss. Andrew Booth Jr. was a huge miss. Ed Ingram was a hit. Seems to be getting better. Hopefully year 3 he can take another step. Brian Asamoah was a big miss. I don't know if he makes the team next year. Going to this year, Jordan Addison was a hit. Mekhi Blackman a hit. So you look at the big boy moves of all the really important heavy moves he's made. He's winning here 7-4. If you look at it that way. So the moves with all the gravitas, the moves with all the weight to him, he's done better. But overall, he's had more misses than hits. Again, some of those are just late round picks and kind of roster filler moves. But hopefully this helps shed some light on how Kwesi has done as a GM on his scorecard. Again, 22 hits to 31 misses overall. And then, the big boy moves 7-4, more hits than misses there. So let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with this assessment of Kwesi? Is it fair? I'm probably missing something, but overall, it kind of sums it up, I think, because you look at all these moves and you think, well, he missed here, he missed there, he did this, but then you think of some of these moves that he made that were actually really, really good. So I don't know if it really solves anything. I think what he is he's a guy who just needs one more year. We need one more year, Kwesi, whether you like him or not, see what he can do. He's earned that. He deserves that. I don't think he can really fully do his job and be properly evaluated until he's had that 3rd year. So, all right, that is the scorecard. Again, don't forget to get yourself a lumberjack in the link below and keep your skull in your hair.